We just made you part of the tech team. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sam Bushman. Jay Harrison's with me. We keep an eye on tech so you don't have to. Spread the word, share the love. NPITechguys.com, our website. We're also available on YouTube and Rumble and just about everywhere else. Spread the word. The radio version's available also on all kinds of radio services. Spread the word about that too. NPITechguys.com is the website for the show, NPITechguys.com. And this broadcast is underwritten by NetworkProvidersInc.com. They can help you with all your IT needs, from IT strategy to a help desk to guidance and security. We do it all. NetworkProvidersInc.com. All right, so we're hearing now costs are going up, and they're going up in just about every single thing we can think of, but even your internet connection. So now Elon Musk and company raising prices, and it's frustrating, but at the same time, when you think and hear about what they're doing, it's not so bad, Jay.
Yeah, they've got a lot of going on. They're providing internet for the entire globe, which is incredible. But they announced an upcoming price adjustment for residential Max customers, with monthly service going to $130 per month, beginning on or after June. The company says
from how much?
From $120 was their residential Max.
So $10 increase.
Yeah, $10 increase. Residential, they have basically three tiers for residential. You've got the 120, which is max, and you can get up to 400 megabit downloads. Then you've got their, I think it's called a plus or whatever, and that's 200. And then their basic, which is 100. I've recently decided that.
And that's download speeds.
Those are download speeds. Yeah, the uploads are a little bit slower than that. It's not symmetrical exactly, like you get with fiber or some of the things.
Is it about half?
It's a little less than half. So, for example, on the Mac, you can see 300 down and 80 up, stuff like that. And so,
yeah, okay.
I think it scales accordingly.
And so it's now $130. What about the other two plans? Are they increasing too?
I think that they're all increasing. I only happen to know this other one. I think they're all kind of going up some, but I've decided that I'm just going to fall back to the residential, because the 100, which is kind of their basic one, 100 down is a lot still compared. I mean, with the DSL that I had, for example, from the local phone company, was only like 5 megabit.
Yeah, it depends on how you define a lot. It depends on what you're doing with the connection, really. If you're just day-to-day doing email, watching TV, and you don't have that many people connected and everything else, then, hey, 100 is plenty, and it does really well. If you're talking about, doing video all day long and that kind of stuff in terms of uploading and downloading video, and that's where you work from home and there's 20 people on your connection because, everybody works from home and you got all these devices, then, or you're trying to run servers, then it's nothing.
Right.
So understand the realm. And you're just saying for a residential service, I don't need, so I got, for example, an internet connection from Comcast. It's got an 800 download, which is great. Mm-hmm. And it only had 40 upload. It was just a problem. It was like, oh my gosh. Now 40 upload's pretty good compared to, but yet it's pretty slow.
Yeah.
And well, now they just upgraded me. They took my internet down for a couple of days last week, and I was kind of mad, but now I'm not too mad.
What is your up speed now?
It's 800 down, 300 up now.
No, that's much better. Can you feel it, though?
But see, I'd rather have 400 up, 400 down than 800 down,
right?
300 up. See, I'd rather, But all I'm telling you is 800 down, 300 up is a pretty dang good connection now. So anyway, it's kind of relative. But in Starlink, I don't know why I always forget that name. There's so many different terms of link nowadays.
We used to have Starband, 10,
Starband,
years ago.
uplink, downlink, whatever.
When Starlink first came out, I couldn't stop calling it Starband. I would always fall back to that. But now I've finally gotten over it.
Right. Well, anyway, my point is Starlink, though, when you read the details about what they're upgrading, though, what they're doing. They're not just raising your prices.
Yeah, so the company says the increase is tied to expanding network capacity, improving reliability, and covering rising global operating costs. They pointed to the growing demand for satellite internet service as proof of customers continue to see value in their platform. The residential Max plan will still include unlimited data for things like 4K streaming, gaming, video calls, high-speed internet access.
That's the same thing. They could shut down how much data you're using and go back to that old tired model, but they're not doing that either. So anyway, I know it's increased cost and it's frustrating, but I also understand it, and I think at least they're justifying it. Instead of some of these other services just raise costs and don't even tell you why, or give you, hey, if they make Starlink much more stable and more robust and more bandwidth, because remember, it's shared, and so they could just leave it like it is and then put too many people on it, and it slows down, and now you're paying for 400 and getting 100.
Yeah, and
or
I
they
do
can
like
level with you, right?
I do like the options that they have. Some people don't like a lot of options, but they have roaming options and they've got marine options and aircraft options. I mean, some of their options, like for aircraft, can be $10,000 a month, but they're incredible that you can get that kind of stuff. Now, one of the things
Sure.
they're also doing is their small dishes in if you have systems that you just put in standby mode for a site that maybe only has it as a backup internet connection or whatever. Used to be the backup connection was $5 a month just to have it there, and it kind of shut down when it was like that. So they are increasing that to $10 a month. But one of the things they've done, which I think is kind of cool, is they've allowed slow transaction or slow bandwidth on even the ones that are in standby mode. So not only can the device itself get updates and things like that, but if you're just doing email or something like that, you can oftentimes just use your small dish in standby mode, and it's enough to get by. So kind of like the old hotspots and things that we used to have.
Yeah, and it
not
means
so
if
long
you're
ago.
doing simple things too, running just maybe a camera to get video, where unless you connect to it, it doesn't send the video out. So I connect to it just to check on my pigs, or I don't know what I'm checking on, but whatever.
It's taking pictures like a field, or what do they call trail cam?
Yeah, or whatever. Then and so it might only transmit when people are watching it, or whatever. That there's a lot of uses where that makes a lot of sense. Or if it's maintaining the temperature of something, so it just has to turn on and turn off.
Yeah,
like a device, a heater, or what.
For
There's a lot of those
telemetry
uses, and they're simply saying, "Hey, we'll make that really inexpensive for you."
right, which is pretty cool. So I like that. But
Anyway, I'm just defending Elon Musk because I think when you're the leader in this kind of industry, and when you're really rolling it out this big, it's a lot of people talk. This guy's delivering. You got to give him credit.
Yeah, I think I read something not long ago where it said he's single-handedly, with his private company now, lifted more tonnage into space than every other government combined. So
I'm sure
impressive.
that's true. It's incredibly impressive.
And at like 1/10 of the cost, too.
And now Jeff Bezos wants to get into the internet game, too, so there's going to be some real competition in this world, which I think is great. It probably won't drive prices down, but what it'll probably do is drive more capabilities, more data, more throughput, more. So look forward to that kind of happening as well. And, I kind of envision someday people will kind of be like, why would I not have a satellite connection?
Yeah. And why wouldn't you?
I know it's not here yet, but eventually there's going to be that Rubicon, right?
Yeah, and I think that a lot of people are doing that. I know of people, I've helped people put in Starlink as backup systems, even for their house, their home office, things like that. They're saying, especially after a couple of last years that were heavy in hurricanes here in Florida, people are like, we want a backup system that's completely independent. It's not dependent on, because when you have a local emergency like that, a hurricane, it affects everybody, and people are on generator and the power's down, and even the phone company, their batteries go out, and then you don't have connectivity. All this cell towers, you could have mobile hotspot as a backup, and that's great if somebody hits a cable with a backhoe or something. But if everybody's switched over to that, it just falls apart. There's no bandwidth available.
Yep, and there's where this kind of flies, and I'm just telling you, as he builds this thing for the whole world, though, eventually the everywhere capability of it, it'll get faster and smarter and better and more holes filled in. It'll just become solid. It'll get so good as a backup, and you won't even know when you're on what, Jay.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just telling you, that's where it's headed. So
you will know, and I'll tell you why. So somebody that I helped this with was their house and their home office, and I set up an auto switching router that would switch between Windstream, their local DSL. They have really good DSL that was like 89 down and stuff, and their Windstream account, or their Starlink account, and it would just switch back and forth to whatever one was good. And it was fine. It worked great for them. They loved it. They didn't have to ever go out and switch, and everything was just up for them, basically, except for their Netflix account and different accounts kept timing out and saying, hey, you're sharing this too much. You're sending it, because their IP address kept switching.
Yep.
So
and eventually that's going to be solved, too, because they're going to do geolocating and stuff like that, and they're going to do geofencing and stuff, and eventually that's going to get solved on the back end, and it's going to see that, you know what, nope, it's just a different connection, but it's the same people doing the same thing, whatever. So they'll get that stuff worked out too.
Yeah.
But now you're right. You can tell. I'm just saying eventually it's going to get to where it's going to be so seamless, don't know, don't care, internet everywhere, baby.
That's the way we want it.
All right. Now, Jay last episode told me how he got an empty box from Amazon.
Right.
Had to send it back. He had to send back an empty box too.
They didn't believe me.
But hey, man, did it come to you in 30 minutes, Jay?
No, it never does.
Come on.
No. But Amazon is going to launch. They're launching their 30-minute, they're calling it Amazon Now. And it is going to be a delivery service. It's in Atlanta, Dallas, Fort Worth, Philadelphia, and Seattle, with expansion planned for Austin, Denver, Orlando, and Phoenix. And so, number one, you have to already be paying Prime. And number two, you pay a little premium, like a $3.99. You want something now, and they get it to you within a half an hour, which is pretty cool.
Wow. I mean, I know they're saying now, and it's not now. It's 30 minutes from now, but that's pretty dang.
That's pretty now. Yeah, that's pretty now. Especially
And
you're probably going to have a drone drop it off or something.
And what you got to know about this is that Amazon has made a big play. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago on the show. They made a big play to say, they're going to compete with UPS and FedEx and whatever else because they've got this big supply chain deal worked out, last mile stuff, whatever you want to call it. And so this kind of delivers for that. If they can start doing now, they're going to give the UPS and the FedEx and the people that run for their money, they better embrace AI and do, I don't know what you want to call it, electric vehicles or whatever they're going to do to keep up because, man, it's coming.
Maybe the post office will have to partner with Amazon.
Somebody will have to do something because I'm telling you, it's getting crazy. And I think it's really good news, though. I mean, the fact that you can get things really that quickly and everything else, the modern storefront, I mean, you think the mall's seen its yesteryear. You ain't seen nothing yet, baby.
You've seen these proposals, everybody's saying, we need to take the old malls and turn them into data centers because you already got all the stuff there, the food courts and everything else. And it's a
Why
kind
do
of
you need a
interesting
food court
idea.
at a data center? Do the robots eat food?
No. For employees, for the
Okay.
elderly
We still
that
have
want
employees? I thought they were all gone.
Well, you might have people that want to use it as an indoor track, and there might be a few shopping centers and stuff still around in there. But a lot of the old stalwarts that were part of that make up the mall, you might just gut that out and use all that empty space for local data centers and do it kind of a little bit more small scale. But you've already got the infrastructure, you've already got the water and everything else run to it, and it's an interesting idea, right? It's people thinking outside the box a little bit.
All right, you got to pay what, $3.99 per order on top of your Prime membership too, though.
Yeah.
So there's a little bump of a fee to get it that fast. But hey, if you've got a sick kid and you need some
like
medicine,
DoorDash.
or if you've got, say again,
it's like DoorDash. You're gonna pay a little bit of a premium to get that happening
that
now
fast,
and not have to go out and get it yourself, right? Like if you had a sick kid or whatever, you need something, you need a stapler now.
Yeah. And if it's really for legitimate reasons, and I used to have a problem with those extra fees. I'm kind of like, you know what? Why are they going to charge me that? And my wife brought this up, and I know I'm kind of stupid, and I'm kind of the last man understanding things. But my wife's like, honey, if you go to the store right now and go pick up a stapler, okay, how much is it going to cost you to do that? First off, you're going to spend, an hour of your time? You get in the car, roll to the store, go look for the stapler, find 20 of them, decide which one you want, get one, go get in line, do all this crap, go home. How long is it going to take you?
Plus,
Just
you're
say
going to
an
hit
hour.
Taco Bell on the way.
Well, good point. See, and so if you do all that, but anyway,
that's like $100 stapler.
How much is your time worth, Sam? And I'm like, probably less than $3.95 for an hour. No, I'm just kidding. So then she says, and on top of that, they can get it to you there probably as fast or faster than you can actually go get it yourself. Will you be back in 30 minutes, Jay?
Probably
No,
not.
you won't. Because you'll look at other things in the store, you'll see someone you need to talk to, so she's just like, you think this is expensive? Yeah, our producer's saying traffic, potholes, the list goes on and on. But I'm just saying, and so my wife's right though. It's like, is that really expensive? Because how much will I pay in gas just to go get that? Let's say it's
probably
2 miles to the store. So how much does the IRS pay per mile, Jay?
Last I heard it was 55 cents, but that
all right, it's like
that's
70
probably gone
cents
up.
now. You're way out. You got to keep up with
It's been a while since I've been paid by the mile. You can tell.
Anyway, 70 cents. Just saying it's 2 miles to the store, 2 miles back. So I'm 70 cents times 4. That's $2.80.
Yep.
And how much do they need? $3.99. So $2.80 to $3.99. I'm paying $1 extra, a little over $1.50 extra to have them do it and get it there faster than I can do it.
You can't even buy a Coke with that and equal it out.
I'm just saying, people pay more than that for a bottle of water. So you got to put it in perspective. And my short-sightedness sometimes just says, "Oh, that's crazy. I don't want to do that," but I think I do, Jay.
People do have the fee fatigue, though. Of getting nickel and dimed for everything.
Yes, but is it really nickel and dime for everything, or are you just getting things that you never could even have before?
It's both, probably.
Yeah. All right, there's a viral fund crowd campaign going on. They need to fund me with this, Jay.
Yeah, so people have put together this website, and it's called letsbuyspiritair.com. They put together the website. Spirit Airlines just went belly up. Yeah. They completely shut down. They left a lot of people in a lurch, not just employees, but travelers and people that had stuff. But they're trying to crowdfund this together to buy Spirit Airlines. And experts say regulatory hurdles and the carrier's $8.1 billion debt make the effort unlikely to succeed. But there's a lot of people out there. In fact, I even went on the website and you pledge $45 a share. Like, hey, if we can get this together, we can make this happen. We put $45 in. So I said, yeah, I'll do it.
So you put $45 in, though, and if it happens, you put your money in. If it doesn't happen, you're not out, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's just
and that's
promise
important, because if it goes, it goes. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. So, I mean, you wonder how many people could pledge to do this. And, I wish personally that they got bought up by another airline, Frontier or whatever, in the first place. I don't know why that was stopped, to stop it and then have one declare bankruptcy. I just don't know how helpful that is.
I don't know, but somebody's going to get a good deal on all those planes. I hear they're shipping them all out to Arizona.
Okay. Well, and we need them in Utah so we can fly over the data center and see that sucker.
That's right.
All right. Do we need a pause or what?
Yeah, we do. We need to take a quick break.
Tech Watch Radio. Tech Watch TV. It's all available for you, ladies and gentlemen. Spread the word. NPITechGuys.com is our website. We're available on all kinds of audio services. Check it out. And we're also available on Twitter. Oh, that's X now. YouTube, Rumble. Spread the word. We keep an eye on tech. That's who we are. NetworkProvidersInc.com is our sponsor. More in seconds. I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, I refuse to give up. Welcome to the show. I'm Sam Bushman. Jay Harrison's with me. What's this thing called, Jay?
Cognitive surrender is what they're calling
No surrender, baby. Not me. Not happening.
No, we got to keep our faculties about us. But researchers are warning that there's a global trend that they're calling cognitive surrender as more people rely heavily on tools like ChatGPT and other AIs, that AI is actually making us worse thinkers. And, they're asking the question, how can we stay sharp and still use AI? Because a lot of people, they're just not, they're kind of giving up that space in their head. It's kind of like, reminds me of how, 20 years ago, how many phone numbers could you remember or did you have in your head? Dozens, a lot of them.
Yeah,
and now,
is it because of AI or is it because I'm getting old?
Well, no, that's not AI, but we invented a tool where we no longer really have to remember phone numbers.
We got our phones and you don't remember numbers. You just say, call so-and-so or you tap it and it dials, right?
Yeah. And so, I mean, my wife messes with me about this because her number, now granted, is newer than mine. It's probably 8 years old or something like that. I've had my phone number for like 25 years now, but sometimes I have to think about it and I have to look at a keypad generally to remember what her phone number is. But she's like, I can't believe you can't remember my phone number now. But we get that when we build these tools,
and you just smile and say, "I love you" anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So it's cognitive thing where people kind of give up or whatever. And I don't really agree with it. To me, AI is stimulating because it gives me all this potential and I can have it do all these things. And it takes a lot of the blood, sweat, and tears out of things sometimes. But the creative side is still me. And so I kind of look at it different, and it energizes me. I get a lot of cool things done and work on a lot of cool projects. And I actually have time to pursue interests that I've wanted to pursue for a long time that I never had time to before. So
that's true. But the question
in the eyes of the beholder is, I guess, the deal.
Yeah, and it's in the eyes of how have people dealt with this. So the researchers are questioning, though, you've done that. You've been there. You've had the experience. You kind of are before really like the World Wide Web and these things. And
yes.
But what about kids coming up that are having this? They have all the information that they need at their finger. Like they don't even know how to use a card catalog in a library. They don't know how to find the information that they need.
It's kind of like the Indians and the white man. We don't know anything about their world and herbs and how to live off the land and all this kind of stuff. We're totally ignorant, and they're kind of going, man, these goofy white people don't have a clue, and why do they think we have to learn their ways and do their things? And it's not different than that.
Yeah, there's a point to be made, and so they're just saying, hey, cognitive surrender, and I see the point, and I agree. Don't let yourself go dull just because someone can answer that for you. Still learn, be engaged, and stay sharp.
All right. Tell me about Visible. They run full circle, Jay.
Yeah, Visible's going full circle. So I don't know if you remember, Sam, in the old days, Visible had party pay plans. And then they went away from that. They said everybody's going to have their own plan. We're not doing that anymore. And when you'd get together a party, everybody would save $5, $10 or whatever, depending on how many people are in there. This is the Verizon-owned company, Visible, and they are creating a new thing that they're calling the Inner Circle. And it feels a whole lot like the group savings concept that they moved away from a few years ago. With Inner Circle, you can have up to 8 people together, and they join together for discounts while keeping everybody's accounts separate. They separate billing, they still have separate passwords and full privacy, but you can have somebody in that group pay for you if you like. You can elect that they can pay for you if you want them to.
I elect that you pay for me, Jay. I
Thank you.
Do.
I've been waiting for that. But unlike traditional family plans, nobody has to manage everybody else's line or payments or anything like that.
Right.
When you're on the Visible Plus or Visible Plus Pro, you could save $5 per month once you've got at least.
I want to be
people.
on the Plus Pro Super Elegant Deluxe, buddy.
Absolutely.
That's what I want to be on.
And so it's kind of cool. I mean, they're putting it together. You can get these circles together. They're not as valuable as the old ones because every time you'd bring somebody in, everybody would save. But this is just everybody just saves. It's a way to save $5 if you have one other person.
By and by, Lord. Isn't that what we sing, Jay? When we use the visible circles?
Yep.
All right, there you have it. Very interesting indeed, but it is a way to save money, so we thought we'd bring it to your attention. Now, PC World is in the news, and they've reported, and this is just epic. I've been telling them to do this for years, Jay, and they're finally coming aboard. PC World is reporting that Microsoft is introducing a new feature called Cloud Initiative Driver Recovery that aims to enhance PCs, your Windows computer.
They've been
This
aiming for
feature
that
will automatically roll back drivers that were installed that have a problem. And normally updating drivers is kind of a manual process and everything else. But they say they're going to do this. They believe it'll really help people recover. It'll help people have better updated drivers, make systems more stable. They say this development is part of Microsoft's ongoing efforts to streamline PC maintenance and basically solve issues. I've been telling them to do this forever, Jay.
Now,
and,
I will say,
Operation Stability, baby. Let's go.
I will say this. I usually don't have much positive to say about Windows 11. You know that. I'm still running Windows 10 on my two main machines.
You're coming to your senses over time as they come out with these cool things.
So, but they've rolled out this new feature, and we've been using this on PCs now, where you can, and it's only a Windows 11 thing, but you can go to a PC. You know, sometimes you buy a laptop or whatever. It's got weird, goofy drivers that are very proprietary that are installed. Well, now you can download the whole set of drivers for that computer, save them off onto a thumb drive or whatever, and then if you reinstall a clean copy of Windows, you can then just install the hardware drivers that were on there before, and it's
you
pretty
can basically
seamless.
Hit a button
nice.
and say, "Sync this up."
Yeah, and it'll just pull.
Sweet.
It'll back up all the drivers, and it'll put them all on the new one when you either roll it back or reformat the drive. And I think that's pretty incredible.
For once, Microsoft puts us in the driver's seat. It's pretty cool. I like it. By the way, did you hear ChatGPT now can connect to your bank account, Jay?
I'm scared.
Serious privacy concerns, ladies and gentlemen. We'll talk about that soon. I'm Sam Bushman for Jay Harrison. Make it a great tech day, will you? Hey, thanks.